Good morning, 355B class. My name's Andrew Cathy, and a little bit about me. I'm from the Bay Area. I've been living in LA for the last 5 years now. One of the things I love is writing screenplays. That's what I got my degree in, creative writing and screenwriting. I coach a high school wrestling team as well here in the Valley, and I love to travel the world. I've been to 34 different countries, planning on a couple more this year, like Egypt and Jordan, and that's what I like to do. And my perception for a good online class is going to be something that has a lot of really good communication. I'm not a huge tech junkie or anything like that. So the simplest communication possible, very easy to understand. I don't want to have to go digging around 75 different places for something. If everything's right there where it needs to be, where it's labeled, perfect for me. From the first video we saw with the professor, he described everything really simply, just like I asked. The class layout, what our educational goals were, because it's a new semester, so still learning what all the different classes are, and so it was good to kind of understand that. From video 2, the 13 disability categories that the IDEA acknowledge are autism, deaf-blindness, deafness, emotional disturbance, hearing impairment, intellectual disability, multiple disabilities, orthopedic impairment, other health impairments, specific learning disabilities, speech-language impairment, traumatic brain injury, visual impairment. And the eligibility rules for receiving special education services in schools are going to be the two things. One, you have a documented disability, and so that's from a doctor, and the disability has an adverse effect on your school performance. So what that means is if you have one of these disabilities, but it doesn't affect your school performance, and you're able to attend class regularly, you're able to turn in assignments regularly without any major assistance, you're not eligible. But if it becomes an issue, then that's when you're eligible. And the two common issues associated with adolescence and disability that I've kind of understood after watching the videos. The first thing is when parents set unrealistic expectations for their child when they have a disability. So sometimes this is a parent issue, but as well because the adolescents deal with it. When a child, for example, when the woman talked about their child who had a really tough time walking, and she just kept kind of trying to get him through it. Oh, he can do it. He can do it. Sometimes he's not going to be able to because of his disability, and because of that, the child, it's very tough for them because then they feel like they're disappointing their parents. They get into depression. They might not feel adequate enough, and so that's one issue that they deal with because of that. And the second one is children who are not given a chance to fail and placed in a bubble. So this is just like not disabled kids as well as disabled kids, allowing your kids to fail, and that's where you grow in life, is when you fail. And so I've always learned the most when I've lost something or when I've screwed up on my own, and it's the same thing with kids with disabilities. So that's the first thing. And then, why is people's language important? People first language important, and people's first language is important because it fosters positive attitudes about persons with disabilities, and it doesn't devalue them as human beings and for different. Simple as that. People with disabilities are people first. A disability is something that a person has, but it's not who they are. So because I have bad hearing, it doesn't make me a deaf person. No, I'm still a person. I just have bad ears. Same thing with braces. If somebody has braces, they're not a crooked teethed person. Even though it's not a disability, but they're not a crooked teeth person. They're just a person who has braces, or a person who is going to the dentist. So that's what I got for you. Comment below if you think otherwise, or if that video was not good enough. And look forward to talking to you guys more.